Casey McCullough I'm meeting him out here at his residence. He's going to get in the vehicle with me and show me where he believes Jeremy and Linda Miller lived back in 2004. Take that porch off there?
Yeah, that was me. It was rough.
That's not easy to do.
I have to do it without destroying it.
Yeah.
I did pretty good. I'm gonna have to buy a few pieces.
Now, Chris has just put in a place over here.
Yep, right over there.
And y'all are gonna put in a place.
We're already moved in back there.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then my brother Corey, he plans on moving further on back up on the hill.
Okay.
That's the best spot. Me and Chris didn't choose that spot because it was so far back there. We didn't want to spend that much money. But I guess he's got Corey's still with his, I guess, ex-wife now, take her out. But they're back together and she's got a pretty good job, so I guess they're going to try and work something out to get a house back there.
That's good.
I like talking to you, so I'm going to talk to you.
Keep on going?
Yeah, just keep on going. It's going to be a little while. I'll let you know.
Okay.
Okay, Jeremy, I'm not trying to defend him. I'm just...
No, that's...
But wouldn't it have to be someone that, knew about the lookout? Because I feel like they ain't been around to know that was down there. The drop-off point.
Yeah. The dump site? Well, it is very interesting to me why they picked that location, because just 100 yards up the road is a pull-off where would have given somebody an opportunity to pull off of the road and to, if she was thrown from the side of the road, which by all accounts that's what it appears has happened. Why did they do that right there whenever there's a pull off, from here to that sign? Why stop in the middle of a 2-lane state highway?
So it wasn't exactly right on the lookout. It was a little before.
So if you're leaving Melbourne, the lookout, whenever you get to the lookout's on your left.
Right.
And the dump site's 100 yards up the road.
Oh, see, I always thought it was it was right there on the lookout.
That's...
So it wasn't really... It could have been thought I didn't know where everything was. Yeah, we're going to pretty much almost get to Guyan down here. Whenever, I'll let you know.
Well,
be a Y, we'll take a left.
Okay. So, is it safe to say, is it reasonable to say that Jeremy would show up at your place a handful of times in the month and a half that he lived here, and on some of those occasions y'all smoked marijuana?
Maybe one of those occasions.
Okay.
Because at that time it was still something new to me,
Yeah. I find it curious that if Billy showed up to your place there Sunday evening and he was by himself, I guess he had been there before?
Yeah, he's been there before, back whenever he was a lot younger.
Okay.
Just like Jeremy, him and Jeremy kind of did the same thing.
Okay.
When they were growing up.
Okay.
Coming to live with Grandma. Right here. Take a left. Sorry. That's Old Woody's Market. Used to be a little market there. Alright, now right up here on the left should be the house, the church, and like a another house and a ranch. But the church and the house almost look identical, or look like they go together. Now, see, this was so long ago, I couldn't, if someone would ask me, I couldn't tell you if they were living in town or here.
Yeah.
But the statement, it sounds like they were living in.
Yeah, I mean,
All right. Right here on the left is the church. There's where my grandpa and grandma used to live.
Uh-huh.
And then that's the house on the right.
That's the house right there?
No, that's it. That's the house.
Oh,
right there.
that's where you think they stayed?
Yes. That's where they were living before they moved to Knob Creek in Melbourne.
And when did they move to Knob Creek in Melbourne?
Man.
I mean, they were only here for a month and a half.
I'm talking about my grandparents.
Oh, okay.
Because
My
I
bad.
feel like they were staying with them.
Okay.
See, they could have been somewhere else, but to my knowledge, when they came in, they just always stayed with grandma and grandpa.
Okay.
But yeah, that's about 3 miles, ain't it?
Yeah, well, I'll put it on the trip here in a minute when we go back.
See, if Jeremy was making that statement that that's where he lived, or he lived 3 miles, that's the one spot I know. That's 3 miles away.
Okay.
Have you scrutinized every suspect?
Well, Casey, there's a lot of people in this case file, okay?
Yeah.
What I have to do is focus on
What you got?
the people that had the information that allowed them to do what happened. And I'll work through.
I'm living there now.
Yeah. I guess nobody. That church is closed down too.
Yeah, I suppose.
Put this on the trip. See what it is.
Probably don't like it when I bring up other suspects then.
No, you can bring up whoever you want. I mean, that's fine. You know, there's so many people that, and even with you being right in the middle of this thing, you don't have all the information that I have. You know, that's the thing. People, not to discount what you're saying, but there's a lot of people that come up with all of these theories and all of these suspects and all of these things, and they're doing it based on maybe 75-80% of the information. I've got 100% of the information. You know, I mean, it is what it is.
Well, it's definitely a tough one, huh?
You remember Billy having a black Chevy S10 back then? You don't have any idea what maybe he was driving? Does that ring a bell?
I can't tell you.
Yeah.
I would want to say one way or the other and not.
Right.
No.
I just didn't know if you remembered.
I do feel like I remember them being in town and getting ready to move back. I remember Jeremy having to weed eat out there. I didn't ever see him out there. But
Well,
Grandpa,
you worked all day Sunday.
Okay. But I remember Grandpa telling me he was weed eating out there.
Yeah.
I think I just get nowhere, really.
Well, I think everything happens for a reason. I think this has been put in front of me for a reason, and a lot of these kinds of investigations.
Yeah, just because I don't agree on the direction you're going, it doesn't mean you're not doing a good job, because I feel like you're doing great. I mean, because this is obviously a direction I would not look at, and you got to look at it all.
Yeah.
Even when you were asking me about my brother, I was like, no way, my brother did this. I was like, but, you know, you gotta go through with it and see for sure.
Yeah. Did you get an opportunity to look at those? Now, don't let me pass this by.
Oh, I won't. Oh, you didn't pass.
3 miles exactly.
I typed it in, you know, on my search engine and nothing popped up, but let me look through each one. No, that's my dog. She probably heard me park right here. I'm looking, man.
That's fine.
I'm gonna check, make sure it's not text messages. Because I feel like it was on Facebook when I was talking to him. Let's type this in one more time. Okay. James Miller, Jeremy Miller. Why is not Billy not popping up?
What communication have you had with Jeremy?
Let's see. Nothing on
Nothing.
Jeremy. Let me see his mom. Well, there's 2 Jeremys. Let me see. Nothing on either one of them. That's weird that... Okay, maybe... No. Unless I deleted it a long time ago, but I don't see why I would have. That's weird.
It's been a couple years probably, or...
Well, it was when the podcast came out. It's when the podcast came out and he on...
The Hell and Gone podcast?
Yeah. It was... I mean, from what... It seemed like he was really wanting to figure out who did it, so he was asking me a lot of questions. I don't feel like I deleted it, but maybe I did.
Well, do some looking, and maybe if you come across it, you can screenshot them and send them to me.
Well, they would be right here, but under a different name, maybe? 'Cause
You got him in there as Little Bill?
well, it's Facebook. So it's whatever name he puts up there. I'm pretty sure it was on Facebook. You know, I'll just put Billy. Maybe he changed it.
His Facebook is William Miller.
Oh, you found it? Okay. I know what picture to look for. Because I'm telling you, I don't think I deleted these. I don't really like showing you these, but I'm doing this for Rebekah. You know, it's a little bit of invasion of privacy, but
Well,
that's what I got to do.
I appreciate it.
That's what I got to do. All right, there they are. From the beginning. That picture will help me. Only way I would be upset is if you somehow managed to falsely get something out of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like words twisted and out of context, which I don't feel like you do that. You seem pretty legit. I want to trust you.
Well, I appreciate that.
Going through his own theories, and I was talking to him with them.
Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, like we talked about before, it would be if Billy had something to do with this, the last thing he needs to know is that I have this information. Okay?
Okay. He had any problems in the past? Any kind of...
I can't talk about it.
Okay. I understand.
What'd you think about... Did you ever know Amanda?
Amanda?
His ex-wife?
No, I never knew his wife. Only knew him. And every time he come down here, it was always... Oh, it seemed like it was just him. I know he likes to drink.
Yeah.
a lot, huh?
Yeah, more than I thought.
More than what I thought. You know, once you get to talking, especially when all that was going on, well, my life's turned upside down. The podcast. You got a lot to read.
Yeah. Well, man, I appreciate it.
No problem.
You got my number, right?
Yeah.
If you have if you remember anything or think of anything, you want to talk to me about anything at all, just call, all right? Send me a text, whatever.
I will.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Thanks, Casey.
I might go back to work.
See ya.
See ya.
Interview's concluded at 11 a.m.